How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and we are back with a bit of an update on Diablo Immortal. I know that this game got a lot of kickback for the pay-to-win elements within the game, and rightfully so. However, despite that, since I have a group of friends playing and they seem to be enjoying it, and I have been having a decent amount of fun myself, I've decided to keep with it and stick at it. So I just wanted to give you an update on the current state of the game. So that's going to be the breakdown for this video. We're going to talk about the current state of Diablo Immortal. Then we are going to talk about the new updates and planned events coming in the future, which is going to include the ability to class change, as well as some things that make it a lot better for free-to-play players to obtain gems, which is much needed in the game, might I say. And then finally, we'll wrap it up for what I hope in the future for this game, or what I wish they really did different, because I think that there was a bit of a missed opportunity here. I'm sure a lot of people have maybe quit this game or wrote it off due to that pay to win element, and that's fair enough. So I just wanted to come back for the people who were playing this game just to give a quick update and share my experience on it and what has all progressed throughout the Diablo Immortal here in the past couple of weeks. So I have been playing this game with my friends, and I think it has been okay. It's been quite fun. There is still the huge pay-to-win element gap. I am probably the strongest free-to-play player in the game, and I don't know, maybe there's someone that's slightly stronger, but I'm setting at 860 resonance, which, if you don't know, resonance is something that is very broken within the game, that's mostly acquired through pay to win. You can acquire some of it through gems from free to play, but it will take you forever, right? So my gems are all 2 stars, which are free to play gems, with the exception of one gem. I did get incredibly lucky and got a 5-star gem, just super dice roll from one of my free to play crests that I earn. So it's definitely been an interesting ride for me. I'm currently at about 3000 CR, I believe, combat rating, which combat rating is pretty much everything within this game. They have a weird sort of scaling system where they mulch everything together. So the current state of the game, how has it been so far? I am currently the Immortals. We number 1 on the server. We run it. Our guild runs it. We run everything. And basically, the wars are pretty much decided by the high combat rating or high resonance players. The higher, the better. We do have some of those within our guild that have spent a good amount of money. So that's how we're able to obtain this spot in this position, So it's been interesting. There's a lot of fun parts to the game, but it's just got that nasty stain of pay to win all over it, and it really kind of sucks the fun out of every aspect that's competitive within the game. There's competitive ladders for challenge rifts, but that's all taken over by people who have high resonance, like 6,000 resonance. They just have every gem in the game. It's kind of insane. But that is also coupled by the PvP, which is also scaling off of resonance. So these players are incredibly strong and can just wipe out your whole team. So it's a little bit of a oddity there. But despite all that, we've been having fun with the clan system. There's a weekly war, so we get to defend our immortal crown every week, and we have all of the server coming after us, which is actually quite fun. I do enjoy that. I like a bit of the challenge rifts to see how far I can push my character, but obviously some whale players can push a lot farther than me. But if you just pay attention to yourself and not everybody else, it's a decent, fun game. You got some dailies that you can log in and do, and special events that go on when you're the Immortals, so you can get these little Kion raid ordeals and little Corvus expeditions, like puzzles and stuff to solve, and then of course the weekly PvP battle to maintain your crown. So it's definitely been okay, I would say. It's actually quite a fun experience. It would be a really fun experience if there was no pay to win. If everybody had to earn the gear within the game, it would be incredibly competitive and super fun. But unfortunately, we're not getting that experience. We're getting a different one. So that's kind of the current state of the game. It is still stuck within that pay to win element, right? It still has that on it. So the next section we're going to go ahead and jump into is going to be the updates coming for Diablo Immortal. So now we're going to go ahead and switch over to the browser here and take a look at some of these updates, because they do include some things that will help out the free-to-play players so that they can actually participate in the game and get some of these big gems and big resonance. So let's go ahead and switch over to that. Right, here we are on the official Blizzard website for Diablo Immortal. Under their news section is going to be the patch notes. So the class change was mentioned. It is not something that you're going to have to pay for. So if you are currently playing Diablo Immortal and you don't like your class, great news, you can switch it on July 20th, starting at 3 a.m. server time. For whatever your server is exactly, and you will be able to switch weekly. It has a 7-day cooldown. It will reset your Paragon tree and give your items a sort of conversion into the other class. I don't know the full details of how that works, as it's not fully listed, but it is something that will be, I think a couple people will be looking forward to. Like, maybe they picked the wrong class, they kind of regret it, they're getting a little bit bored of their current class. Well, now if you want to change it up, that is your chance to do so. In addition to that, a couple of other updates include the Hero's Journey, which is kind of like a separate achievement section. It'll have these goals that you will earn some free goodies in, including Platinum, Legendary Crests, and Keys, which are all things that free-to-play players need. So more of these events being in the game are really, really good for the population in general, and I would like to see a lot more generosity coming from Blizzard, especially everything that's happened there, in terms of what you can do as a person who doesn't want to shell out, thousands of dollars to actually play this game and stay relevant. Next, we have the Adventurer's Path, which is also a time-limited event, and this will just be a little special thing that will give you a tiny boost. You're going to be able to get some keys, once again, some legendary crest, and then a frame or portrait, so that's something that you can go ahead and check out. They also list things like enchanted dust and scrap materials, just upgrade stuff, but usually that's not the best thing, right? All you're looking for is the keys and the crest. That's your main goal there. So you can go ahead and check that one out, so you'll be able to complete these sort of like tasks daily to earn this. They also have this new Heliquary boss coming up. We currently in the game have the Lassel boss, as well as Vita. Vita was the one that was released rather recently, the Frost boss, and it was pretty good. It's actually scaling quite high, but there is a new one coming. He looks to be some sort of Medusa floating head type thing. I feel like I saw one of these things in Dungeons and Dragons, like one of the Baldur's Gates game or something like that. If you guys know what the name of that creature is, like where it's got snakes for hair and it's just a giant eyeball and it floats around, go ahead and comment below. Let me know, what is that thing? The name escapes me right now. But they're gonna have this new boss coming on August 2nd. It's quite a bit of a way away. I would assume that its CR starting combat rating would be like 2,500, maybe 3,000, since Vita's was 2,000 and then scaled up from there onward. So that's something to look forward to. They say it's supposed to be the hardest Heliquary boss yet, and it's supposed to be really challenging, but we'll see. From my experience, we just kind of walked in to the Heliquary with the appropriate CR and completely smashed every single boss. The only time it's hard is when your combat rating is too low, and then it's like, oh hey, you should go to the shop and buy some gems to increase your combat rating. Like, yeah, okay, bud, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna, I paid my $40 box price for the game, and I'm just gonna have fun and enjoy it. Go at my own pace. Then we also have the Hungering Moon limited time event that's coming back. I believe we already had it. It's just something like you complete tasks and you get these moon slivers, and then you cash them in for a random chance to get like keys or a legendary item. It wasn't anything super special, but it's coming back on July 29th, so something okay to look forward to, I suppose. Looks like there's a new cosmetic set in the store, a little skin set. I probably wouldn't be too excited about that, but now we go into the good section, which is going to be the featured updates for the game. Now, this is where it's it's going to be a little bit better for free-to-play players. There is the section for the Warband raid, as you can see on the screen, and completing a weekly Warband raid will allow you to purchase an Eternal Legendary Crest for 1,600 Platinum from the Crest merchant. An Eternal Legendary Crest is one that can be sold on the auction house for any gem that you obtain from running it. So that is good because you may be able to get a decently high level gem, sell it for a lot of platinum on the auction house, which as a free to play player would definitely do a lot for you. Regardless of what you do, 1,600 platinum is not a lot of platinum, so it's very cheap to buy. Any gem that you get from it would probably be sold on the auction house and recuperate the cost. So it's definitely a good thing to do. They're also changing the way Fading Embers work a little bit, to where they're going to increase the amount of embers you get per week a little bit more, so that you can get one roll. Before, it used to take you a week and a half to get 22 of these Fa runes to get a legendary random gem, but now you will trade those Fa runes in and you'll get one every week instead of a week and a half, and you'll trade it in for an Eternal Legendary Crest, which once again is one of the crests that you can get the gems that are eligible to be sold on the auction house. So all of a sudden, free-to-play players are going to have some impact on the auction house. They're going to be producing gems into the economy, as well as having a chance to get lucky and obtain some of those rare gems. So it's getting a little bit better. Is it going to bridge the pay-to-win massive gap? Probably not, but it is a step in the right direction, and I'm sure it's a welcome reward for people that are still playing the game, if they are playing. There are a little bit of class change, or a little bit of changes to some of the gems, just descriptions, not the way they work. But the big thing is they are adding 36 new legendary items to the game. So you can kind of scroll down and read all these if you want. I'll put a link in the comments in the description down below. But there will be new legendaries for the classes, so it's going to change the way some of your abilities work and maybe open up some new build options and some powerful items for you. So that is kind of exciting. As a necromancer, I'm looking forward to the way some of these things work, and I would definitely be checking them out to kind of theory craft a new build for myself. But that being said, all in all, like I said, I'm just kind of coasting with the game at the moment. So finally, we're going to go ahead and hop into like what I want to see out of the game in the future, what I hope for it, and just like, I guess, just the general lessons that we have learned from this sort of pay to win element here. So let's go ahead and hop back into the game for that. All right, we're back in the game here, and what I see for the future of Diablo Immortal, it had a very rocky start, so it's going to be really hard for people to reinvest in this game. It kind of missed that window of opportunity where it had all the fresh people subscribing and joining the game, and they kind of got all stoned wall with this massive pay-to-win wall, and it really turned a lot of people off. So how do you repair that? I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. The best start would be to give out a way for players that aren't paying massive amounts of money to obtain some equal level of power with the people who have spent all the money. But then you have this weird balancing act where it's like, if you give all these gems to the free to play, then the people that paid would get mad or something. I don't know how exactly it would be, but the only thing I would like to see is for combat rating and resonance, aka gems, to matter a little bit less into the future, and for there to be more emphasis on the diversity of your group or your class or your party, more emphasis on the warbands in the future, more emphasis on your item build and the items you have farmed and obtained from the game becoming stronger, instead of just combat rating and resonance being the end-all be-all of everything, right? So as I said, I am playing currently, and I do have friends that play, so I'm invested in keeping them in the Immortal position for now. But that being said, I am looking forward to other games in the future, namely Tower of Fantasy, which is probably coming out somewhere in August. If I had to guess, I'll have a lot of videos covering that within the week, and I'll be talking about some of the good aspects of the game. It is an MMORPG style genre game, so that's going to be something interesting to check out if you're looking for something new to play. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for your time and watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell button down below. And as always, we will catch you in the next video.